Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome. It is 7:23 Friday, which must mean it is Scream Stream. That's right, it is Scream Stream time. So obviously, Robert is in the dark right now. He's going to jump out at us. I don't know, but we have to have that endorsement. So, Mr. Roger L. Jackson, go ahead and lead us away.
Hello. Do you like scary streams? Who's your favorite horror team? Now listen to me. Be sure to check out Scream Stream. And maybe for you there'll be a bonus round. But for poor Logan and Jacob, I'm afraid they won't make the team. They've been cut.
There you have it. We have Scream Stream is kicking things off 100%. So, guys, we appreciate it. Welsh Dragon Funko Hunter, how are you? Hope you're doing well. He has some amazing content, guys, over from the UK. He's always doing some amazing stuff. Horror Collector Fiend, hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling better. K&L Collectibles, how are you, my friend? Roscoe Pops, how's it going, Roscoe Pops? Hope you are doing well. They have an amazing channel as well, guys. If you have not checked out Roscoe Pops, Angie and Richard, make sure you guys do. But yes, early squad. We appreciate the early squad, the horror early squad. And because you guys are here, we got to give you the salute. So, Bub, can you please give the early squad a salute, please? There you go, Bob. Give him that salute. We appreciate it. And if you're watching on the rewind, we absolutely appreciate it as well. It's going to be a great weekend. Hopefully, everybody's having a great weekend. So much going on these days. It's summertime, but we decided, summertime is still scary time because it's almost Halloween season. Because it really kind of like I was driving today to the store, and Spirit Halloween had their banner up on the location that they're going to have. So yeah, so that's going to be really cool. And then not only that, Robert, they just recently came out today on a magazine, and I have to go pick it up. But they have the cover. They're showing off this right here, my friend. That's right. Look at the Michael Myers with the burnt. He's got the burntness coming up for the Halloween movie coming up, Halloween Kills. So there's that right there. So that's really, really cool looking. It's a nice statement right there for that movie. So that's really, really cool. So we're definitely looking for that. But definitely, guys, we appreciate you guys popping in. And then the other thing is Welsh to make it easier. Well, how about I'll even make it easier than that? I just call you my friend. So Welsh, my friend, I'm going to make that even easier. But the thing is, Robert, one of the things I was kind of looking at off the topic of scariness was the Spider-Man, No Way Home trailer, and it's like it's so frustrating because a lot of people want to see it come out. There's been talk of it, it's hyped and all this stuff. And one of the pieces of information that I got yesterday was that they're kind of holding back because of what's going on with the pandemic and stuff. With the variants and stuff, the deltas, and because they want to make sure that the movie theaters are not going to have to shut down because what they're afraid of is like dropping a trailer and for some reason the movie has to get pushed back. Um, Me personally, I think like, okay, well, you know what? Then just go back and make like a 30-second trailer just to show us something. And if it does get pushed back, then you can still build off of that 30 seconds and you can still like, do something later on. But hopefully we'll see how that comes through. But definitely, like I said, so Robert, you want to not leave us in the dark and kind of explain to everybody what's going on. How's it going, Ohana, Funko Pop Ohana? How are you?
Everything's going well. Well, just been traveling a lot. Actually, we're on the road right now as we're heading to upstate New York in a few hours where we're going to be going to a hiking trail and Charlie is here with me. He has me in a box over here. Can you believe that? I'm actually in a box. I'm barely breathing. Yeah,
Well,
Charlie, it'll be fine.
well, it didn't seem to Charlie. It didn't seem to bother Jack. Jack in the Box seems to do just fine. So, Charlie, you'll be okay. But anyways, guys,
Actually,
we wanted to show you Robert. What's that? Hey,
oh,
what's up, LJ? How's it
you
going?
have the photo?
Yes,
You have
definitely,
the
guys.
photos?
Um, yeah, I have the photos. If you guys can hit that like button, help the algorithm. Absolutely 100%. It's appreciated. You guys know how YouTube, we got to rock it and get it out there. But these are photos from Robert's adventures with Charlie at the Power Ranger. Do you want to tell them, kind of give them an idea?
Yes. So we had the first con in our area in the Northeast of Power Rangers, led by a woman named Lady J Cosplays, and the event happened at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. And there you'll see a picture of me and Carla Perez, who played the first villainess, uh, Rita Repulsa, Empress Rita Repulsa. And there I am with one thing that stuck out there. She said, I've seen a lot of things, but no one's ever came up to me with a puppet before. She loved Charlie, and she wanted pictures with him. Thankfully, because I paid for one picture, but she wanted to take a bunch. So the only thing in this picture is she comes out of a dumpster in the show. She had the dumpster. It's kind of hidden by the logo, but you'll see that we took another picture of him actually coming out of it. So it's pretty cool. I had a great time. Some of the other actors, Selwyn Ward, who played TJ, the Red Turbo Ranger. That's Lady J. She's the one who ran the Ranger event. It's called Ranger Station. So she's brought it to the Northeast. It was the first time we had it. So they're gonna have another one. I signed up to volunteer for next year. But she's amazing. She does a great cosplay as the character Scorpina. That's Selwyn Ward, who actually he came up to me. He saw Charlie, and I was helping the photographer here because the photographer, his printer went out, and I saw him scrambling online, and I was like, hey, I actually know something a little bit about printers and photography, so I helped him, and I helped him fix it. And because I did that, I got to hang out kind of backstage, set Charlie down for a little bit, and Selwyn Ward, him who plays TJ, said, "Whose puppet is this?" I said, "It's mine." He's like, "Can I get a picture with him? Can you jump in?" And I said, "Sure." And then we took a picture also with the helmet on him. So that was pretty cool. So Charlie's actually the Red Turbo Ranger as well. I don't know if you have that one there to show, but that's the one we did without the helmet. Of course, Charlie looking away.
I may have to. All right, so what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to give him an idea.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes.
Let's see. So there we go.
That's Carla. It's Rita Repulsa, the actress, looking stunning. There's that. Oh my God, I forgot his name, but I have him tagged on my Instagram. But he cosplayed as Ernie. They had a little the youth center juice bar where you actually they set it up so you can eat there. So it was pretty cool. The original actor passed away, but this guy cosplays as him, and he cosplays as a lot of different characters. So I love that he did this, and I took a picture of him. He loved Charlie too. So Charlie was like it was a small little thing. So that's the Ashley, the yellow Turbo and Space Ranger, Tracy. Oh my God, I can't believe her last name is me, but her first name is Tracy. She absolutely adored Charlie. She was like petting him, holding him like a baby. It was so funny because I was sitting there and I watch her just holding him and she's talking to him, and she's amazing. She's a sweetheart. She literally spoke to every fan. She was the one. She when holding Charlie, he put his. That's an original. Holding. Actually, not only holding him, but he has the helmet on. So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
And so I bought one of those headbands that actually has the youth center logo on it. So it was
very cool.
Sweet. Yeah.
Is that Putty tickling Wob on the ear? What's up, Ian? How's it going? Funko
Yeah,
Pop Ahano, Roscoe Pops. Definitely appreciate it, guys. All right,
The
so
guy who was the Putty, one of the guys that put the whole thing together. So he was really nice. Since I helped them with the printer, that's why they kind of let it slide that I got to take pictures with the celebrities. So usually you have to pay for those, but they were like, no, you're part of the team now since you helped us. So I was like, oh, excellent.
so basically it didn't cost you an eye, right? You didn't have to take your eye out for it. Oh, okay.
Nope.
Well, that's good. That's good. But everybody that's coming in the chat, definitely appreciate you guys coming in. The early squad, they got their salute. 100% they did. But Ghostface, go ahead and give them a wave. We'll go ahead and say hi to everybody in the chat. Absolutely 100%. We appreciate you guys being here. And so, like I said, we are kicking off Scream Stream. So that's what we have, guys. It is Scream Stream. We hope everybody's having a great week. Some of the emails got sent out for Funko, the FunkCon, which is going to be coming up shortly. And then on the 28th, they're going to let you know if you get the lottery, all of that stuff. I actually did get an email for the FunCon, the box of fun. So that'll be my first one that I get to at least participate in. So I'm really curious to see if that continues on into the lottery thing or not. But I'm also, we got the blacklight sodas. I'm actually waiting for mine. I had the luxury of getting 2 Alice in Wonderland sodas, but that was it on the American shop. But still hasn't arrived yet. UPS is supposed to deliver it today. That's what it says according to the tracking, but they haven't knocked on my door yet, so I'm a little upset because here it is already 8 o'clock at night and no package. So that means I got to get up tomorrow and be like, hey, where's my package? You know what I mean? And it's just frustrating when a company pays a company to send something out and deliver it, and they don't do it. And it's not like we have like a fire, weather, lightning, things like that. So how did you guys do in the chat? Did you guys get some of the black lights? I also was able to order off of the Funko Europe shop, so I'll definitely have some of those coming through as well. Hey, Jasmine, how are you? How you doing? Hope you were doing well. And look, got Mad Hatter is in the building. Mad Hatter Pops. He is tomorrow going to be doing a 400 giveaway, subscriber giveaway stream type thing. So that's going to be really cool. So if you check out his videos, he has some ways of giving away some stuff. So it's always fun with the Mad Hatter. Absolutely, always fun with that Mad Hatter. He's character. But let's go ahead and take this thing off. So what I'm going to do real quick is, so why don't you give us a little rundown of, like anything more about, that con that you were at with the Power Rangers. I'm just going to pop out real quick. I'm trying to, my computer's a little slow. So I'm just going to, what happened is I noticed my boys got on my computer last night and they were playing Five Nights at Freddy's because my volume was turned down. I'm like, what the hell's with my volume? And then so I noticed, so they downloaded Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, I think when they downloaded Five Nights at Freddy's off of the Steam and stuff, that they also downloaded something that's making my computer run slower. So I have to go through tonight and just kind of like defragmentize and kind of look through things. But it's kids, you know what I'm saying? It's like you love them. Hey, Christina Payne, how are you? How's it going? Christina Payne is in the house. Bub, can we go ahead, Bub, and give Christina Payne a salute, Bub? That's right. We're saluting Christina Payne. No, Christina Payne doesn't. We don't want to be scared, Christina. I got it. So I got the perfect bodyguards for you tonight. You get 2 bodyguards, Christina Payne. So they'll make sure that nothing happens to you, 100%. Yep, they're ready to rock and roll, Christina. All right, but so Robert, this last couple of weeks, man, you've taken a hit. The chat has taken it to you on the trivia, 100%. But tonight, I don't see some of the horror guys that come in, like Divine. That we had Pop Migs. You had the Canadians, Lori and Ken. So like I said, so you have some people that were like really, really big on horror. You still have somebody like Unicorn Zombie Princess who likes horror. K&L Chris, you got Horror Collector Peen, Mad Hatter Pops. Let's see, if my kids ever do it to me, I'm just to say it's karma for the time I had on my mom's laptop. Well, it's weird because like I'll go to bed and sometimes like they'll still stay up, and I told them through July, it's there's no, like, they can stay up, but they have to realize that the minute we hit August, they're going on a slowly, like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, like, because school will start at the end of August. So just kind of getting them on that habit. And so they've snuck down, and like I said, they're using my computer, and they're playing the Five Nights at Freddy's games. And it's just like, I think that's what's kind of causing the computer to be slow lately. What's up, Nancy? How's it going? Nancy also, guys, that she's in here on Instagram. She's doing she has 13 spots. They're doing the Black Light Alice in Wonderland pop and tea set. So for $5, you have an opportunity to get a chance at winning that. So, okay. So basically, what Robert's going to do, guys, is Robert has to get, like, where he was, the internet wasn't working as properly. So he's going to get set up with some good internet. And then hop back in. Right, Robert?
Yes. I'm just trying to get better light here.
So do it as quick as you can, because, like I said, I can't do Scream Stream without you. It's just a little bit hard. So we'll see Robert here very shortly. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. But in the meantime, you guys get me. And so that's Scream Stream in itself. But definitely, we want to have a little bit of fun today. So what I have is these little category games, these little categories. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Robert, but also with the chat, I want you guys to play along as well. So, for example, I would give you the question, in hell you find. In hell you find. So I'd say, tell me a movie, a scary movie that kind of, had a hell scenario, or like for example, Nightmare on Elm Street, right? Or something that, has hell in the title, like, just kind of throw that out there in the chat. So in hell you'll find. So, like, what can you guys come up with? And you just kind of go from there. So that's kind of what we would be doing. And also, like I said, we do have some trivia to play, 100%. Like I said, I don't think it's not going to rip you guys out too much. I think, I don't think that's going to worry about it too much there. But definitely, we have some stuff to cover, and, we're just going to hang out 100% and just have some fun, until it's time to turn the lights out, But definitely, so let's take a look. So how's everybody doing? Nancy, I know that you guys were doing some power washing. You got that done. Roscoe Pops, how's things going with you? Like anything new on the horizon? Definitely, check out Roscoe Pops, guys. Horror Collector Fiend. I know that sometimes, in life, we get challenges. What's up, Papa Willie? Uh, Papa Willie, I did get your box. So yes, your box is sitting. I have a few boxes that I don't know. It's kind of what I'm hoping to do this weekend is to start figuring out which ones I want to open and do. But yes, I did definitely get your box. I picked number 23. So definitely looking forward to that. And and like I said, it's always about supporting the community. Matthew did his first mystery box run. I think that's awesome. And speaking of which, we are also going to do a mystery box run. I've been in the process of writing down what I have and the amounts and kind of figuring out how I want to put things together. We have the Red Hulk Glow Chase will be one of the top hits, but we do have a lot of mystery boxes that will be $50 and up value. It'll probably be a basic $50, $60 ship, $50 guaranteed value. You're probably each box is going to get like probably close to about $60 in value, based on what I've been doing right now, where I've been kind of marking it down. So that's one of the things we're doing. Hey, Poppin' Trades, how's it going? How are you? Mad Hatter Pops. So what we're doing is we're waiting on Robert. So Robert had to travel. He's going to his friend's house. He's going to set up the internet so he can get on. And then we're going to play a couple of games. He also has a quiz. When we do the quiz, you guys get an opportunity. The top three goes on the wheel. Next week, we'll be spinning that wheel, and whoever wins, we're going to go ahead and pick something out to give you guys. One of the things that we might do too on some of the giveaways is do, like maybe some gift cards, a little bit easier to ship out. And then also, Nancy, I have your box is almost done because I'm sending something to your birthday boy, because I know it's always fun to get stuff in the mail, especially when it's your birthday. So yeah, boy. So definitely, I have that. Chris, I got your box getting primed. So I'm hoping tomorrow morning I can finish that off. And our post office opens up at 12 o'clock. So I have time, to do that. So, but other than that, LJ, how's it going? I know LJ has his night stream that he does, guys. You can check that out. Funko Pop Ohana. A lot of great channels here. A lot of great channels. So definitely, and Angie, definitely hope that you're getting well and better as well too. No, I'm not getting rid of unwanted stuff, but like we each have collections. We all like. I like the Red Hulk Glow Chase. I don't mind that at all. But I'm just looking at also things that would fit. Like I have a Stitch. I don't collect Stitch, and I have a Stitch that's a $60 pop. So like I'm not gonna keep something that like doesn't necessarily fit my collection. So, but mostly like when you look at the mystery boxes and the runs and stuff, I mean, if you get value, I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, of course, you want the top hits. Everybody wants really good hits. I know, like Gem Pops just picked up one of his mystery boxes. I mean, he's got and you got these Blacklight Venoms. My Target. I mean, have you guys had any luck with these black lights? Like, I went this morning into Target because I heard that the push date was going to be the 23rd, and my Target had nothing. And the kid that came out, and he's like, I do Funko too, as I understand. Like, he couldn't find it. His manager couldn't find in the system, like anything. And it's just like, I'm like, okay, all these are states, like these places are getting them, and you guys aren't. Like, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous for a Target to not have a only Target exclusive show up. And it's like every Target, whether you're small or big, should have it. I mean, yeah, you might not get 20 of them, but you can still get 5 or 10, whatever. So, but that's kind of what we're doing right now. So Roscoe Pops, you found one. Awesome. Uh, like I said, if anybody does get a second one, or they know, like if they have the ability to, let me know. I mean, I'll PayPal you money. I know it's one of the things. I'm also trying to, I have where you can try to win them, but you know how that is sometimes, it's like you try to win stuff. There's no guarantee with that. But definitely, guys, check things out 100%. Because if you do find them, let me know. I think these type of things, it's just irritating because it's a Target exclusive, and so you should be able to go into any Target and get the product. Like, it should be a certain date it's going to come out, and you should know, or it should be on the website. Like, it shouldn't just be like one state, oh, I got them. You got all these people saying, I got it, I got it, I got it, and then you're like, okay, well, what about us? So it's just kind of frustrating. Absolutely 100%. So, but other than that, I'm just kind of looking at situations, guys. We have we're waiting to do the swap. The swap box, I have one to open up, and the Kraken, so that's going to be interesting. We got this lottery going on. Now, you can't find the Rabbit of the Marvin. We'll definitely, supposedly our rabbit is supposed to come Sunday. So supposedly, and I don't know. So I'm definitely going to go Sunday morning. Roscoe, maybe we can work something out where we can trade the rabbit for the Venom. Something like that. So, who knows? But other than that, I just think, for the most part, guys, Scream Stream, we got Halloween coming up, so you've got what's really cool is you got Halloween, Halloween Kills with Michael Myers. That same week, you're going to have Chucky Sci-Fi, the original voice of Chucky, Brad Dourif, having a series, a sci-fi series. You got Jeepers Creepers Reborn. There's some news of Jason Voorhees, being able to work things out in court situations. So hopefully soon that will kind of move some things around. And, let's talk about sodas. Obviously with Funko sodas, they've been a really, really big craze. But I got to tell you guys, like, where I want some horror sodas. I really do. Like, I want a Sam. I want Ghostface. Funko. You have Jason Voorhees as a pop and Michael Myers as pops. Why can't we get these in sodas? It's not that hard. Obviously Jason Voorhees can be a glow in the dark, with his face mask. Freddy Krueger. Maybe you can have the Freddy Krueger, the chase be with the glove. Ghostface, maybe his chase is with a bloody knife and it had the blood on the mask. You can definitely, if you can get Chucky out there, if you can put blood on Leatherface, you definitely can be able to do these. You know what I'm saying? So, plus let's get some Universal. Let's get some Wolfman and Dracula and Frankenstein ones. I know NECA Figures is going to be doing the Universal. They got Frankenstein and Wolfman coming in November. So that's really cool. But other than that, guys, I honestly think that you guys should realize, I think you guys should try to realize, with Halloween, like, there's a lot that's going to happen this year. Like, with the functions with the Universal Horror Nights, I just, it's exciting. These movies, like, that's what I really love. Like, tell me in the chat, what is one of your favorite things about Halloween? Like, what is it? Do you start early? Do you leave the stuff up, and don't take it down for a little bit? Like, what do you love about Halloween? Okay. Now, Welsh Dragon, I know you have a tendency, you get your sodas, and I know a lot of times you're trying to get those chases, and it's when I see the video and you're trying to get them, I'm like, come on, come on, come on, get a chase. Or sometimes, Welsh has a little trouble with some of the companies sending them some damaged product, and it's like, it really sucks. But there's a lot of pre-order stuff. Spirit Halloween. So like I said, I usually what they do is they start with the interview process. Now here's something to think about. Okay, right now we have a shortage with workers. Okay, so you have these companies, these jobs that can't hire people. Like people aren't going to fill out the work. Well, what happens when you get a seasonal place like Spirit that relies on their teenage kids, their 20-something managers to run it, and they're like, I'm not going to do this for $11, $12. Like I'm not going to do it. So how is that going to affect Spirit? Realistically, now Spirit does really well online, so like they could still sell stuff online, but I could see this being a problem. So, all right. So I'm trying to see. Trying to see like what's out there, animatronics, just like everything in general. Like Halloween is a great thing. It's definitely a lifestyle, 100%. If I had like a bigger house, I definitely would have like rooms dedicated to like the Halloween side of things. I think it would just be awesome because why? It's kind of like Christmas, you could be that type of person that has Christmas stuff year round. It's like, why just delegate it to just one particular time of the year? Halloween one time. Yeah, sure, we have the whole month to kind of enjoy it, but we only really celebrate a one day out of that month, and it's the end of the month. So, can we get like a year-round 365 Halloween store? Can we get like a Halloween amusement park, that's themed around Halloween type stuff, scary stuff, like a kind of like a Disneyland style, but based off of maybe Universal, can make something. I know they have the Universal Hollywood Horror Nights, but I don't know, guys. What do you think if you had a big house, would you keep it decorated, year round? Would you keep it just decorated to the end of the year or till Christmas comes? Do you start watching scary movies? Like when you start watching them, are you always watching them? So Funko Papa Hana, her Christmas is her favorite holiday. And and I don't mind Christmas, I really don't. But here's the thing with Christmas. I do a lot for my boys. I usually, I've always done the Santa role and made sure that they had things. And that's my enjoyment. That's to watch, to enjoy that part of it. But I don't get them every Christmas. So we switch off. So Christmas is not as strong, but their mom is not big on Halloween. So I always get them for Halloween. And so, so that's kind of why like Halloween has always been fun. Trick-or-treating. I remember when I was a kid, my dad used to make makeup. He used to make me into Wolfman or Dracula. Like he used to love the Universal. But for the most part, Halloween is, one of the reasons why we even have Scream Stream, because of all things horror. There's so many cool things out there. But if you basically, Halloween is just one of those things where I think it would be cool to buy a lot of the stuff on clearance, 70%, 80% every year, and then have it to showcase for the next year. That's what I love is like I get out the tubs and I'm like, oh, I forgot I bought this. Like, wow, So yes, Roscoe Pops Patreon page. You don't have to sign up for anything, but it's horror themed. Ooh, so definitely Roscoe Pops horror themed. I have to check that out. Nightmare Before Christmas tree each year, and that's the thing too. Speaking of which, Jasmine, I've seen people do that. where they literally would have um, like Christmas time. They'd rotate it. They'd have different types of themes, whether it's like Jason Voorhees, Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, Nightmare Before Christmas, do you consider it more Halloween or do you consider it more Christmas? Like what kind of movie does that fall in place? Because it's one of those things. It's like Die Hard, right? Is Die Hard a Christmas flick, right? Um, but what do you do with Nightmare Before Christmas? Well, you look at it this way. It says it in the title, Nightmare Before Christmas. So therefore it's considered Halloween more than Christmas. But um, I'm definitely looking forward to everything that's going on between now, because when you hit August, it starts rolling. I mean, seriously, like you're going to have things just popping out 100%. So let's see here. All right. So we got my dad used to go trick or treating with me until I was like 20. He dressed up in a devil like face mask, and he said he was my mute cousin from out of town, and he got me free candy too. That's really cool. See, that's a cool dad. I like that. All right, so Robert is, like I said, he basically was a little tied up, just a little bit. He was getting his hair done, but we can start welcoming Robert back. I think Ghostface is. What do you mean no? Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and cue it in. You want what? Deadpool? All right. All right. I'll cue the music. Okay. I'll cue the music. Here we go. Let's bring this in here. 100%. Charlie.
Back. Oh,
Well, it's
wanted-
about damn time,
we're
Charlie.
traveling. We've been traveling
You know-
every weekend. So,
Hey,
pardon
what's
the
up,
noise in the
Zach?
background. If it gets too noisy, let me know. But we're here. We're on a trip heading up to upstate New York.
Upstate New York. Well,
Yep.
I'll tell you what, Charlie. Right now, we've been talking in the chat about how Halloween is right around the corner. When we get to
100
August,
days. 100
yes,
days.
and when we get to August, it really starts kicking up. So we were just talking about Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, is it a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? But what I said was, it's called A Nightmare Before Christmas, so I would consider it, the Halloween side.
I see.
But so Charlie, you had a good time. You had a good time at the convention with.
I did. It was amazing. I got to meet a lot of cool people, a lot of interesting people, a lot of cosplayers, and got a lot of attention there for sure. I got to be a Power Ranger, 2 Power Rangers, a red one and a yellow one. I'm sure you saw the pictures.
Well, and that. Yes, we saw. So right here, you're the red, and definitely, like I said, in the yellow.
Which color looks
very,
best
very cool.
on me, guys? Which color?
Well, I gotta go. I gotta say that the red just seems to fit you.
Mm-hmm.
Red just seems to fit you.
Yep, I was hoping that. I told him, I was like, TJ character was always the leader in my book, in Turbo.
Okay. So Zach Bonifer says giggity. But definitely, Charlie. So one of the things we wanted to do tonight on Scream Stream is we wanted to have a little bit of fun. Obviously, that's what Scream Stream about is. It's about horror. It's about doing things they're absolutely amazing. So what I have here is I have some categories. Okay.
Categorías.
Yeah. So I have some categories. So I wanted to kind of do like a little bit of a change it up a little bit and make it, like scaregories. So. Okay, so scaregories. So how this is going to work, 100%, Charlie, is I'm going to ask you. So, for example, I did this one for the chat earlier. So the question is, in hell, you'll find. In hell, you'll find. So, Charlie, within 5 seconds, I want you to name me a movie, a horror movie with a title that has something to do with hell.
Hellraiser.
Okay, see, you're right on top of it, Charlie. Do you see that? So, and you in the chat, if you can think of a different movie or a different character or something that is in relation to hell, then you can go ahead and chime in as well. All right. So, are you ready, Charlie?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So remember, you're going to get 5 seconds. Okay, for each time. So pretty much that's kind of what we're doing. Is let me see if I can get a timer, real quick. So give me a stopwatch. Okay. So this one right here, Charlie. And now remember, you have to think of movies or a scene. Like think of these, like whatever the case may be. Okay. And same thing with the chat. Okay. And worst places to toot. Go.
In definitely in a quiet place.
See, there you go. You stop now, but you got to think of the movie. Like now, think of a movie where they were actually in the bathroom and then something got them or came in. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in the bathroom.
Psycho.
Well, she was in the shower, but yeah, it's actually but on the toilet. There's a toilet scene or something like that. So in Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Halloween, the remake to 2018, she was in the bathroom, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say Ghoulies. The cover of Ghoulies.
All right, so quick premiere, Nancy, awesome, love you too. You guys take care. So we got Sleepaway Camp, BK Phipps. Now BK Phipps knows her horror too, Charlie. Cool. All right, so here we go. So like I said, you have 5 seconds on the clock, Charlie, and then you in the chat. Like I said, if you can think of a movie, this one should be pretty simple, but it's a movie that has child stars.
Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn. So there you go. You also have I would say Poltergeist.
Poltergeist, right? Pet Sematary.
Okay. So you see you're doing pretty good, Charlie.
The Shining.
Doing pretty good. The Shining. So what do you guys got? What Cat's Eye? Think of child stars in horror movies. The Omen.
Yeah, it's truly Omen.
Rosemary's Baby. All right. Hey, Zach and Christina, Mad Hatter Pops, BK Phipps.
Hello, all. I feel like I get to properly say hello.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and those that are coming in the chat, we're gonna give them that salute, Charlie. We're gonna definitely give them the salute. We appreciate you guys, 100%. So, all right, you ready, Charlie?
Yep.
Holidays.
Halloween, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Jaws.
All right, yeah, because Jaws is on 4th of July, and I'm glad that you mentioned Jaws. I really do because it's always good to have Jaws around. He's definitely
Brucey.
Brucey. We love Brucey. All right, so here we go. So you think you're moving along, Charlie? You definitely think you're moving along, but let's just see what you do with this one. Let's see in the chat how you guys do. Black Christmas, yep. Storm of the Century. BK Phipps.
Church,
all right.
What is it? Thanksgiving.
All right. So here we go. So, Charlie, annoying things in an airplane.
Snakes on a plane.
Oh, snakes on a plane. There you go. Now, besides snakes on a plane, can you think of another one?
The Twilight Zone, Nightmare at 20,000 feet.
All right. Twilight Zone. Okay. All right. So, you guys, Krampus. So, we got Krampus, Candyman. Very cool. We got, yes, definitely Krampus is obviously, that around that Christmas time. It's a good one. Okay, so we have animals you shouldn't keep as a pet.
Cujo.
So we got Cujo.
Them.
Which one?
Them.
Okay. And also now, should you keep them as a pet or should you not? But what about Ben and Willard? Right?
Probably not.
They were good friends.
Killer bees.
Oh, all right. All right, Charlie. So here you go. You have
Ever.
worst things about summer.
I know what you did last summer.
All right.
Of course.
Can you give me another summer film?
Sharknado count. That's another.
Well, we definitely do have
Mhm.
definitely have Shark Week. I mean, Shark Week is there, so I mean,
Right.
absolutely 100%. All right, so here we go. Now this one's going to get a little tougher for you, Charlie, because I know this is an area that maybe you might not have a lot of expertise, but I don't know. Maybe you do. So we got Crystal Lake, Friday the 13th, Mimic. Um, Charlie's stealing my answers. Okay, so here you go, Charlie. Things that ruin an intimate moment.
Scream for sure, especially that love scene. Friday, Jason Goes to Hell. Remember that scene, the opening?
All right.
Well, not the opening, but the
Well, what
tent
about
scene.
and what about the original Halloween?
The original Halloween, of course.
Yeah. Obviously,
Judith.
Friday, the original Friday the 13th, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, anytime you look at some of those movies, I mean, obviously, unfortunately, the teenage side of things, there's always that sex involved, and there's those intimate moments, that have to play out. All right, so let's see if we get this one here. Fright Night. Oh, Fright Night's a good one too. That's a good. I like that movie. Charlie. Remember Charlie is in Fright Night. The character is named Charlie Dandridge. All right, so here we go. People you would never let babysit your kids. So babysitting is what we're looking at.
Halloween.
Babysitting, yeah.
Myers in Halloween, or Judith Myers. I wouldn't want. I mean, Laurie Strode. I wouldn't want Laurie Strode taking care of my kids.
I mean, apparently, like if Laurie Strode, with that reputation, I mean, does she? Do you
I
have any
wouldn't
more
want
babysitting
Norman
jobs?
Bates.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely don't want Norman Bates watching my kid from Psycho or Hannibal Lecter.
Stepdad.
Stepdad. Yep.
Dracula 3000. All right, so here's another one. Weird things people collect. Weird things people collect.
The Conjuring. Definitely don't want to be in the Warren Museum.
The Conjuring.
Yep. Yeah, you know how the Warrens collect all the artifacts in the bottom? The Blair Witch collects things.
All right. What about so you're looking at collecting what do you guys have?
You could even argue Saw with the little puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
On people.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you mentioned some of these movies and stuff. It's always nice, but definitely, I mean, Saw is one of those movies out there. Definitely,
and the devil from Tales from the Hood. If anyone watched Tales from the Hood, he collected a lot of things. That's a crazy movie.
I'd love to see the Warren Museum. Roscoe Pop says, "Yeah, the movie Teeth, House of Wax."
Oh yeah, House of Wax. That's a good one.
So see, you got some competition in Charlie coming up. I can tell when we do the quiz there. All right, inappropriate things to do in a cemetery. Cemetery.
Definitely Pet Cemetery. And also Tales from the Hood again, when they desecrate the cemetery. Poltergeist, the Indian burial ground. There's a lot there. Even Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, Night of the Living Dead. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Leatherface. Stop it, Johnny. Yes. They're coming for you, Barbara.
The grave robbing in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. Now, did you know? Grave robbing used to be a thing back in the days. They would.
Still is.
Yeah, but they would have pay people to go in and experiment. That's kind of why I got to the term of 6 feet down. Mm-hmm. They figured the farther you buried down, maybe it would prevent them. But a lot of times the gravers would go to the next grave over and go down through, and they'd find ways. So it's like. To me, like I definitely I couldn't do it. Like I mean, that's not like I mean, and all like how much would you take to go in? And they said, okay, you got to go in the cemetery, and we're going to pay you, but you're going to have to dig this grave up. Like I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, could you guys do it? Like if you could, would you do it for a certain amount of money? I mean, come on now. Would you go into the grave? I mean, what if the spirit comes back with you, right? I mean, or just, I
Yeah,
mean, just
I'm not
the
messing
eerie,
with that stuff. You couldn't
yeah,
pay me for that.
the eeriness. Okay. All right. So here we go. We get, so I don't want to bring up strange, weird facts about strange people used to do back in the day. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's so crazy, um, with how things were, just even, like cultures and stuff like that, the mummifications, like the Egypts and stuff. Okay. So 90s songs. So 90s. So give me some scary movies from the 90s.
90 songs, it says.
It says 90s songs, but we're going after
Oh,
90s. So or
oh
or if you want to name one of the
Scream,
songs from a horror movie in the 90s.
Screams. A lot of the, like the sequels to famous movies, like obviously the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Next Generation, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, The
Yes.
Sixth Sense. So number one. So
Human centipede, yep. Human centipede. I'd rather be paid to take a character to be a caretaker than to rob it. Absolutely. I mean, it's just one of those things. I know how crazy it is that people, think about doing stuff like that. All right, so here we go. Places to hide a body. Places to hide a body. So movies where they had the
Jeepers Creepers, which get those peepers. I think of Jeepers Creepers
Jeepers Creepers. All
and the
right. So,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and of course Psycho, where he puts his mom.
all right. Also, there's an older movie called Motel Hello, Motel Hell. They had a garden. They put people in the garden and they had them moving around so they had bags over their head,
Hmm.
and so they were using them. It was a weird movie. All right, so we have high school club and activities. High school.
High school. Again, I would say I know what you did last summer and Scream. Um, uh, Nightmare on Elm Street. The Faculty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are good movies. Final Destination.
Final Destination. That's one of the movies that we talked about last week on our stream. So here we have. What about things that deserve a round of applause just for existing?
Dead Silence. Ventriloquist dummies.
But
Beware the stare of Mary Shaw. She had no children, only dolls. Her
yes.
performance in the crowd.
Okay. All right. So let's see what everybody else says in there. But so
Also,
what we'd like to.
I don't know if Focus Pocus counts, but when she says, "This sings, I put a spell on you," she had a crowd there.
Well, it seems that you kind of like your memory is jarred a little bit with some horror movies. So we're gonna see if this week if the chat can beat you for the third week in a row, or if you can pull out a win here tonight, Charlie. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up here in a second. So obviously it is going to be time to play. We're about to get into the scare zone. All right, so we are going to be into the scare zone, guys. So how this works is the chat. The chat is going to go up against Charlie and Robert. I am going to pull up a Jeopardy, and the Jeopardy are going to have some questions and topics. And so what happens is Charlie will get to pick a topic and an amount. He'll get to answer the question. If he gets it, he gets the points. If he doesn't, then you guys get an opportunity to pick a topic and a subject and kind of go from there. So I'm about to pull that up here in a second. So let me get that going. But first,
are you?
all right. So what we have here is Scream Stream Scaregories. Okay, so Stream Scaregories. And let me see if I can go ahead and put this on. So 2 teams. So we're going to do that. And then we'll go ahead and start. So team 1 is going to be the chat. All right, guys. Team 1 is the chat. And then team 2 is going to be Charlie and Robert. And Robert. All right. So one of the things that we're doing is we have 80s horror. Now
I'm staying out of this one. He's on his own.
So we had 80s horror. Okay. We have 90s horror. We have So Random. We have phobias. And we have Jaws. So those are the categories that we have tonight. So it'll be up to the chat, like I said, to see if you guys can, and like I said, phobias, we all know about phobias, right? Because we all love our phobias, 100%, definitely. Yeah, definitely love our phobias. Mad Hatter loves his phobias. Yeah, he gets excited about them. Now me, like I said, are you like this with phobias? So, because Charlie, you never know what might be lurking in the dark, Charlie. You never know what just might be lurking in that dark. So, Charlie, you guys didn't do so well last week, and so the chat was really. Angie, have a good one. Appreciate you hanging out. Alex, how are you? So the chat took it to you last week, so we're going to give you an opportunity to start off. So it's totally up to you. So Charlie, 100%. What would you like to start off with?
Phobias for 500.
Okay, so you're going to go phobias for 500. Now keep in mind, it may not be, all right, so here we go. He wants to get right off the bat. Phobias for 500. I guess maybe Eric may strike fear in some, but definitely I feel this would be a reason to be dumb as Pilotophobia looms near.
The fear of exercise.
So you're saying it's a fear of exercise. Okay. Well, so I'm going to see if anybody in the chat wants to think what that might be before I pull it up. I'll see if there's anything pulls up. He says fear of exercise. Now the chat's not going to get the points on this round, but if somebody wants to try to get it. So BK Phipps says lightning. So the actual answer is, this was your clue right here. I guess maybe Eric may strike fear in some. Now strike could be the lightning part, but the actual response is the fear of bald men.
Oh.
I don't know what they're talking about. I really don't. There's
my God.
Nothing to fear.
I should have known that because pelado means bald in Spanish.
All right. So yes, guys, please, obviously, strike fear. Make sure you guys do hit the like button. It helps out with the algorithm. That's kind of why we all do this, right? We all participate in YouTube. Each and every one of us, whether we're doing videos or lives, it's always important to hit the like button and share things out. So appreciate it, definitely. But yes, all right, so chat. We're going to go ahead and give you guys an opportunity to pick a subject and pick an amount. So Jasmine, Unicorn Zombie Princess, I will go ahead and pick you. And then what I'm going to do is, I know I do want to reward Horror Collector Peen was in here early. So Horror Collector Peen, you will get the next pick. But Jasmine, Unicorn, ladies first. So Unicorn Zombie Princess, what category and what amount would you like to pick for the chat? And then hey, Alex Conway, how are you? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, there's a lot of phobias out there, but I mean, unfortunately, people, but yeah, it is a phobia. I don't know why. I mean, to me, there's nothing to fear. It's all about loving. All right, so Unicorn Zombie Princess, what would you like to pick for a category and the amount. Doing well, Alex. Doing well. Thank you. All right. So let's see if she comes through here with a category. All right, she just commented in the chat, so I know she's coming through. But so you have, once again, you have 80s horror, 90s horror, So Random, Phobias, and Jaws. So any one of those categories right there. So she's going to pick So Random 300. Okay. So now how this works, chat, I'm going to take the first 3 answers. If you guys get it right within the first 3 answers, you get the points. So if you just randomly put something out there, and if you don't know it, I mean, like I said, it's the first 3 answers is what I'm going for. So Random 300. Here we go. Which 3 horror films did serial killer Ed Gein inspire? There are 3 horror films that serial killer Ed Gein inspired.
I should have the right to steal if the first 3 don't get it.
Well, you can steal, but you just won't get the points.
That's fine, because I know the answer to this.
But we'll see, because yeah, and then Unicorns Only Prince. Sometimes, yeah, I know. Sometimes the lag on it is. I get it. Totally get it. All right. So let me see. But there's 3 horror films that inspired from serial killer Ed Gein. So we'll go ahead and see if it comes through in the chat. So Welsh Dragon Funko Hunter says Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So here's the thing. I need you guys to name 3. Okay. So I am going to give you Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That is one of them, but you need to name 3 on the same line. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre is 1. Yes. So we need 2 more.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick.
So if you,
they should be mine too.
So if you guys put it out there, so
I'm going to give them 15 seconds. 1 Mississippi.
There you go. Zach has it. He has Psycho, Texas Chainsaw, and Silence of the Lambs.
Good job Googling.
So here we go. There we go. And boom. So chat gets that. And Charlie, you'd be nice. All right. So here we go. So Charlie, you have an opportunity now.
Okay. Let's go with Jaws for 400.
Jaws for 400. How many shark deaths were there in the movie total? How many shark deaths in the movie Jaws total was there?
In the first one?
Yep.
I believe there were 2.
Okay, so you say 2 is your answer?
Yep.
And it was 6?
The what?
6. All right, so here we go. So now you have, so Horror Collector Fiend, you are up, my friend. You get to pick a category. And then Roscoe Pops, you will be after Horror Collector Fiend, so you will be next in line. So here we go, Horror Collector Fiend. Pick which one you would like to choose, which category and which amount. Jaws for 500. Okay, he's going Jaws right back to. So Horror Collector Fiend is going right back to Jaws, 100%. He's going to take a bite out of this right here. So let's see. All right, so Jaws for 500. What item did Quint say he has seen a shark eat before? What item did Quint say he has seen a shark eat before? So in the movie Jaws, when they're talking and having a conversation, Quint, the shark hunter, says that he has seen a great white eat this item before. So let's see if anybody can go and take the first 3 guesses in the chat. So Chris says a license plate. So there's your first guess. Think big, think big. Because a license plate, like, you know, now, when put it past them to eat a license plate, can you imagine, like, chomping on that stuff? Like, do the sharks the Sharks have. Oh, we got 2 license plates. Alex had a license plate. Now I need one more. K-Nell, Dream wants you. Dream wants you, K-Nell. All right. All right. So just waiting to see if one more comes through. But it doesn't look like we're gonna get the answer through here on this one for 500. Oh, look at that. Roscoe Pops. Now Roscoe Pops, they know they're horror too, Charlie. So Roscoe Pops, rocking chair. All right, so awesome right there. There we go. Now, so Roscoe Pops came through, Charlie. So, Charlie, you got to stay in the hunt. Got to stay in the hunt. So you got 3 more categories with some big numbers up there. So you tell me 3 more categories with some big numbers. So where would you like to go?
Horrors for 500.
All right, 80s horror for 500. What film in the 80s tied in Robert Englund, but not as the main character? What film in the 80s tied in Robert Englund, but not as the main character?
Wasn't the main character. Robert Englund, but he wasn't the main character. This is a trick question.
It's not necessarily a trick question, but he was not the main character. He was not in the film as the main character. He was not associated as a main character like you've seen with Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Yeah. 80s. Yeah, I would know for 90s, but not the 80s. Oh. No, wait. Film tied to, but not as the main character. Halloween?
So you're saying Halloween in the 80s?
The franchise. No, he wasn't he helped in the original. No, I take that. I rescind.
Okay. So final answer. Give me
final answer.
What answer can you give me?
What other movie is he in?
No, I'd said he's tied.
Tied in.
But not as a main character.
Yeah.
So it's a film he's tied to, but not as a main character.
I'm just going to say one of the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels.
Okay. He actually, Robert Englund did some directing, and he was 976 Evil. The movie 976 Evil was a Robert Englund production. So he was tied into that movie. All right. So chat now. All right. So thank you, Mad Hatter Pops. Appreciate it. 100% for being here. Mad Hatter, who has his stream tomorrow. So definitely stop by. He's going to do some giveaways, some excitements. It's always exciting when you are with the Mad Hatter. All right. So chat. Now you have the opportunity. So now, like I said, it was who did I say? Hey, Funko PDX, how are you? Welcome. So it was Roscoe Pops, right? Roscoe Pops, did I say, was on the board? So you have an opportunity or did Roscoe Pops pick a cat? Let me see. No. I think Roscoe Pops is on the board. So, all right. So, because we did do so random, or who did? Okay, Roscoe Pops is going 90s horror for 400. All right. So BK Phipps, you are next on the line. BK Phipps. All right. So we're going once again 90s horror. So Funko PDX. How this works, my friend, since you're just coming in. So it's the chat versus Charlie. Okay. So the chat gets an opportunity to pick an amount in a category, and the chat gets 3 opportunities to get the question right. If they don't get it right, they don't get the points, but it's only within the first 3 answers. So Charlie just had his turn. So now it's your guys' turn. So Funko PDX, so the category that was picked, Roscoe Pops, I gave her the opportunity, 90s horror for 400. And so we're going to go down there. Okay, so Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis played which characters in this 1994 psycho thriller? Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis played which characters in this 1994 psycho thriller? So I will take the first 3 answers to see who can get that right. Now, Charlie, like I said, this will be a tough one too. But if they don't get it, you still have some on the board to get into. So Roscoe Pops is saying California. So that is our first guess right there. But so the characters so Woody Harrelson played a character, and Juliet played a character. So the names from them is what you're looking at in this 1994 psycho thriller. And Charlie, so did you, LJ the Geek says California. Let's see. Unicorn Zombie says no idea. So that's no idea is not necessarily a guess. So I gave you guys, that's just saying I know. She's being honest, Charlie. Being honest, no idea. So we'll see if somebody, one more chance, Charlie, if somebody comes through with either a wrong answer or a right answer. So here we go. We'll see if the chat can get it. Now, do you have an idea, Charlie?
I think character names.
Yeah, so the thing is, so Horror Collector Fiend said Natural Born Killers. But actually, guys, I don't know if you guys remember this movie or not, but it was Mickey and Mallory Knox. And so that, let me double check something here. So it was in Natural Born Killers. So you did have Natural Born Killers, Horror Collector Fiend. But I wanted Mickey and Mallory Knox as well, but I know it was Natural Born Killers because how it's played out, it says which characters in this 1994 psycho thriller. Now, if I would have said Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis played characters in this 1994 psycho thriller, then Natural Born Killers would be the correct answer. But I'm asking which characters they happen to play. So if you would have guessed Mickey and Mallory Knox, so that's kind of what we're doing. So it's the characters' names. So it's kind of a technicality. You got to read the question, because if I would have said Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis played these characters in this 1994 psycho thriller, then yes, Natural Born Killers would have been the one. Okay, so Charlie, you have an opportunity now to get back in this game. So you have 2 500s up there. So you got a 90 score and So Random, or you can cut the lead in half with one of the 400s.
So Random for 500.
All right, So Random for 500. Okay, so which horror film actress slept in bloody clothes for 3 days to nail the look of a gory scene? Which horror film actress slept in bloody clothes for 3 days to nail the look of a gory scene?
Chloe Moretz and Carrie.
Oh, you said Chloe Moretz. So here's the thing that sucks about this, guys. Chad, unfortunately. So Charlie was right in some degree because
girl from Carrie.
It was Carrie, but it was Sissy Spacek.
Oh.
Now they did make a remake in Chloe Moretz. Now I don't know if she did the same thing, but the original Sissy Spacek for Carrie did do that. So, all right. Once again on technicalities. So BK Phipps, you are up with the category, and then next for choosing the category, we'll go ahead and Welsh Dragon Funko Hunter will allow you to pick one. So Welsh Dragon, you can pick a category after BK Phipps, and we'll kind of go from there. So let's see. So let's see if that comes through. And if BK Phipps stepped away, then we'll just go. I'll give her a second, and then we'll go right to you, Welsh Dragon. So, and then if we go to Welsh Dragon, then Chris K&L, you'll be after Welsh Dragon. All right, so Welsh, go ahead and give me a category, a number, and then if BK comes in before you finish, then I'll just go ahead and pick yours after. Shower of shame. All right, so Welsh Dragon, let's see what category that you want. Um, '90s horror for 300. All right, '90s horror for 300. All right, here we go. In the movie Seven, what deadly sin did John Doe, who was Kevin Spacey was the actor in that, John Doe commit in order for him to be killed as part of his plan to work? So he had a plan in the movie Seven. If you remember the movie Seven, there was a part of his plan, and part of that plan was to be killed, but he had to commit a deadly sin. So what deadly sin did he commit in order for his plan to work? Oh, Christina went to bed? Okay. No worries, no worries. Hey, what's up, Funko Brothers? How's it going? Funko Brothers, right about now. So Chris is saying gluttony. Welsh is saying lust. Okay, so we got lust and gluttony. Or sorry, I gotta wait and see if we get one more answer here, Charlie. And Unicorn Zombie says greed. So let me go ahead and see what was picked. And it was envy. Envy was the one. All right. So Charlie, you still are hanging around, Charlie. You still have a 500 up there.
Yep. 90s for 500.
All right. Here we go. The horror movie was depicted on T-shirts at a Pride festival because Netflix accidentally put it in the LGBTQ section. So this horror movie was depicted on T-shirts at a Pride festival because Netflix accidentally put it in the LGBTQ section.
I want to say LGBTQ. I gotta think. Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yeah, I think, I don't know if you got that one. So here we go. It is the Babadook. The Babadook. All right. So now we have Chris, K&L. I know I said you would go next. So Roscoe Pop said Babadook. So Chris, K&L, you have an opportunity to pick a category. Charlie is still hanging in there, though. They haven't pulled away just yet. So you do have a couple of 400s to get back in there on the half side. So Chris, K&L, what would you like to pick? Jaws for 300. Chris is a big Jaws fan. So Jaws for 300. Here we go. Martin Brody had two sons in the movie. What were their names? What were the names of the sons in the movie Jaws of Martin Brody? Wasn't it? We were going to make sure tonight we had a challenge. We had to make sure that some questions these people were going to have to come through. We're going to make sure with the guesses. So we got a low scoring affair. So we'll see if we get any answers that come through. So Martin Brody had two sons in the movie. What were their names?
Agatha Harkness.
Agatha Harkness?
Yep. It was Agatha all along.
Okay, so you got Michael and Sean.
Robert and Eric.
I want to wait till I get three guesses just to make sure. So I got another one for Michael and Sean. And I just want to get one more guess just to be clear, because I don't want to reveal it too early, just in case it wasn't Michael and Sean. Because I don't remember when I'm putting these together, I don't remember like every answer to all the questions, All right, so we got our third one there. So Michael and Sean. There we go. All right, Charlie. So you got to do this, Charlie. You got to get on the board here. So pick a category. You got So Random, 80s horror, and
For
phobias.
400.
Which one?
So Random for 400.
All right. So Random. Which well-known horror film is recognized as one of the most profitable films of all time? Which well-known horror film is recognized as one of the most profitable films of all time?
I guess The Sixth Sense, or the most profitable film, recognized as one of the most profitable films of all time. Hold on. Well-known horror movie.
So what we'd also like to do, guys, chat. I know some people message you. They'd like to see also Charlie. They'd like to see me have an opportunity too to go up against the chat. And I know Charlie. Right now you're having a hard time with being able to put together a quiz. So maybe someone from the chat, can get together with me and do a Jeopardy Labs and put one together themselves, and then I can go up, or maybe we can tag team Charlie and we can go up against the chat. However that goes. So
I'm going to say The Shining, but it might be Scream. But Scream didn't do well in the beginning.
Okay. So actually, there you go, guys. Paranormal Activity. It didn't take a lot of money to make that movie, and they did end up making very profitable. It's basically one of the more profitable films of all time. Obviously, you still have like the Blair Witch Project and stuff like that. But all right, so now we'll go to the chat. And so let's see. How about LJ the Geek? I know you've been here too. LJ, why don't you go ahead and pick a category and an amount, a category and an amount. But yeah, Paranormal Activity, guys. And that's the thing is when you look at, like, you remember Exorcist, like it was one of those movies that made a lot. When you look at franchises and you stack them up, it's interesting when you look at a lot of those franchises. And that's the thing is that, the movie wasn't that great, but they had great marketing. And they didn't put a lot to make that movie. Maybe they should have spent a little bit more. All right, so 80s horror for 400. So here we go, 80s horror for 400. What horror movie franchise has been regarded as the most successful from the Guinness Book of World Records? What horror movie franchise has been regarded as the most successful from the Guinness Book of World Records? Right about now. Hey, awesome unboxings. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like, how do you guys feel about those type of movies, like with the paranormals and stuff like that? I mean, do they provide good jump scares? Do you find the truth and validity,
You can see all the strings that pull everything.
Okay, so Chris. So Chris is saying Saw. Let's get. So I just want to wait and get 2 more answers, and then we'll go from there. But what horror movie franchise has been regarded as the most successful from the Guinness Book of World Records? So Funko Brothers saying Saw, and Funko PDX said Scream. I'll take his first answer, and then Welsh said Friday the 13th. So, and the answer is Saw, over $1 billion in profits. So the Saw franchise, over $1 billion in profits, going strong. What about that, Charlie? You think you can get out of some of those traps?
Trying to get out of this trap.
All right, Charlie. Well, hey, you can run the table, Charlie. You can run the table. We got faith in you, Charlie. So what do we pick here, Charlie?
400 phobias.
Phobias for 400. All right, here we go. So I'm going to pronounce this. Chiroptophobia. Chiroptophobia is a phobia that flies under the radar, but has even taken down a superhero now and then. Chiroptophobia is a phobia that flies under the radar, but has even taken down a superhero now and then. So remember, it's a phobia of what, right? It's chiroptophobia.
Let's see. Phobia that flies under the radar. That's not taken down, but has been known to take a seat.
So remember, there's sometimes key words
Mm-hmm.
in the questioning, right? So what do you think, Charlie? Key words in there.
Flies under the radar, taking down a superhero now and then. So that takes down a superhero. The fear of.
All right. So I need an answer. I need an answer, Charlie.
The fear of laughter.
Fear of laughter. That's a good guess. That's fear of laughter. But when we talk about taking down a superhero, there is one superhero that does have a phobia of bats.
Oh,
Batman, fear of bats.
I was close with person.
All right, so now we'll go to how about Funko PDX, my friend Funko PDX. Why don't you pick a category and an amount for the chat? Category and an amount. And then like I said, sometimes we got, like I said, Michael Myers. He got this mask. This is a good look of his upcoming movie Halloween Kills. A lot of stuff going on with this mask from the fire. Really, really cool. All right. 80s horror for 300. Okay. 80s horror for 300. Drew Barrymore made her debut in this film in the 80s. Drew Barrymore made her debut in this film in the 80s.
I know.
So we can take the first three guesses. Drew Barrymore made her debut in this film in the 80s.
Is it really hard though?
So Scream was an answer. Horror Collector said Scream and Firestarter. Okay, so they gave three guesses. So the actual response to that was Altered States. Altered States with Sigourney Weaver. So Drew Barrymore, that was got her kind of started, and then later on came the Firestarter, and then of course E.T. and stuff. So, all right. So now, Charlie, you have a chance. What would you like to do?
300.
Phobias for 300. Okay. This phobia, xenophobia, might not make you any new friends.
The fear of outsiders and foreigner.
Okay, I will give this to you. The outsiders, strangers, but it's the fear of strangers. Xenophobia might not make you any new friends. So we'll go ahead and put that on the board there for you.
Fine.
All right. So Charlie is on the board. All right. So, oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. D-Night. Yeah. I also, Michael Myers Mondays. They do Michael Myers. Hey, Will Be Poppin'. What's up? How's it going, Will? And just so you guys know, I mean, Will Be Poppin'. Will Be Poppin'. You might be able to hit that jackpot. He's got NECA mystery boxes, 2 for 200, or he's got the collector's 120 jackpot. He's got a lot of different things going on with those mystery boxes. So definitely check him out. He's got a lot of different things, guaranteed values. So definitely hit that up. Will Be Poppin'. So definitely. So now you got that one right. Yeah, you're on the board now. Yeah, he's on the board. All right. So let's go ahead and pick. Let me double check and make sure. So Alex, I know you've been in here. Alex Conway, why don't you go ahead and pick a category and a number. But one of the things that we do each week, guys, is we put Charlie and Robert against the chat in the categories of horror. It's Scaregories. And right now the chat has been winning. So they're on a streak. So we're trying to get that reversed, but the chat is doing a good job. So we're going to Jaws for 200. All right. What is used to kill Jaws in the movie? What is used to kill Jaws in the movie?
toothache.
Yeah. So, Will, we got to give you your got to say hello to Will. Definitely say hello to Will, and then we got to give him his salute. That's all right. But we will be keeping an eye on you, Will. We're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to keep this one right here. Yeah. All right. So propane tank, dive tank, dynamite. All right. So we have, it's the oxygen tank. So at the oxygen tank blows them up. So, but we did say diving tank. So it's the same thing. Diving tank, oxygen tank. So we'll go ahead and give the chat that. All right. So Charlie, what I'm going to do, Charlie, is I'm going to give you two of them back to back, Charlie.
Okay. So
I'm going to see if I say 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you'd have to get all of these to even just get to 600. So the chat's going to win. But I want to see Charlie, if you can make it interesting. So
they'll random for 200.
All right. So I wish I could make extra bump this up too. But what is the highest grossing Stephen King film to date? The highest grossing Stephen King film to date.
Stephen King. The Green Mile. It.
So 2017 remake of It. So there you go, Charlie. All right. So Charlie, I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you one more, Charlie. One more.
It has to be horror. So I should have went with It, which was my first guess, but whatever. I'll go with Phobias for 200.
Phobias for 200. Okay. Astronauts might think twice about accepting missions if they have this phobia. Barophobia. Astronauts might think twice about accepting missions if they have this phobia.
The fear of paranoia. I know this.
And then,
isn't it?
And then Funko Brothers, I'll go ahead and let you pick a topic next, a category and an amount. So what'd you say?
Isn't it the fear of machinery?
It's the fear of gravity. Barophobia, fear of gravity. All right, so we have Funko Brothers, so you can pick a category, round it out. You got 80s horror, 90s horror, So Random, Phobias, and Jaws. So what would you like to pick off the board, Funko Brothers? All right, so Charlie, chat is just rocking you right now, but that's okay, Charlie. We still love you. We know you had a busy time, being on the Power Rangers, you're traveling, you got all these things, but hey, things come in threes, Charlie. So they took the first three, but there's still plenty of time for you to bounce back. You can get it next month at the end of the month too, Charlie, but just keep that in mind. So, but they are a tough crowd. So 80s horror for 200. So I might have to step it up, Charlie. I might have to make it the quizzes maybe a little bit harder, or if somebody wants to make one of these quizzes, then I can go in there with Charlie and kind of give that tag team, Charlie, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And give you kind of like a little bit of help, because then I could guess too, because they get 3 guesses, so that would give you an opportunity.
I get one.
In Halloween 2, how many years does it take place after the first film?
Wait, you gotta tell them which Halloween 2, the remake or the...
So it's the original. It's the original Halloween 2. How many years does it take place after the first original film?
You guys better not screw this one up.
Yeah, because... Okay, so Funko Brothers says 10. KNL says 10. So, let's see. I will make one for you guys if Eric, you'll help me set up, but not questions, just DM me. Yeah, absolutely.
I
Definitely
want to
can do that.
steal this.
Okay, so Funko PDX at 1 year. Okay, so Charlie,
Stealing it.
you get an opportunity to steal.
It's the same night. It just continues. The original
Um,
Halloween just picks up where the 1978 one left off.
Now, okay, so here's and now that I'm thinking
Literally the same night.
now that I'm thinking about that, now when I did these trivia questions, I came across this. So this does really have a discrepancy because now that I'm thinking about it, that does make sense and it does make what you're saying. But what they did say, they said for some it was 3 years, but I am recanting that, and I do say that it was taking place, because she's in the hospital and stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't when I was putting that together, I didn't even think about that. So that's good pointing out there. All right, so that does make sense. But yeah, definitely Roscoe Pops, because it'll be fun for me and Charlie and Robert to kind of go against you guys. It would be cool, and then I can help him out. So
I
you're
want
gonna
to
take
close out Jaws.
what's that?
I want to close out Jaws for 100.
What is the name of the boat they use to go after Jaws?
The Orca.
The Orca. There you go. All right, perfect. All right, so now we'll go ahead and let me see if there's anybody in the chat that has not picked a category. I just want to make sure I try to give everybody an opportunity. Is there anybody in the chat that has not picked a category or an amount? Hey, Sassy. Yeah, so Chris had Kano, Orca. But yeah, I appreciate that. Roscoe Pops, that'd be awesome to make that. And I definitely will help you with that. So anybody so how about, I know Will just recently came in. So Will, you want to pick a category and an amount for the chat?
We'll be popping.
We'll be popping around the popcorn when we come. We'll be popping.
Hey, Will,
and
what are your thoughts on Bova's Bakery? I love Bova's Bakery.
Well, I think that bakery is going to put us in the. We don't want to go in that scare zone. All right, so we'll see if Will comes up with an answer. In the meantime, guys, we are waiting. So I know Sassy did just come into the chat. Sassy, we're hanging out in Canada right now, me and Sassy. We're hanging out in Canada. Yeah, and so we do have Sassy, who is late to the party. But so we have so let's go Welsh Dragon Funko Hunter. I know it's different time over there for you. Why don't you pick a category, my friend? I know you picked one a little bit earlier, but let's give you another shot at it. So Welsh Dragon Funko Hunter, let's go ahead and give you a category and an amount. And then we'll see what he comes up with. And then we'll see if he pops in. Sassy saying 90s horror for 200. So if he doesn't pop in a second, I'll just go with that one and I'll pick his afterwards. Okay, so he says phobias for 100. So we'll do Sassy's will be next if it's not picked by you. But phobias for 100. This phobia, one aerophobia. This phobia, one aerophobia, is a fear which is not something to help you sleep. This phobia, one aerophobia, is a fear which is not something to help you sleep. So think about it, like I said, they're phobias. Look for keywords. That's kind of what you're looking for. So the first three guesses is kind of what we're looking at. All right, so let's see if so we got the fear dreams. Okay, so let's see if I get one more, and then I'll pull the answer. so Funkopedia said dreams, fear of closing your eyes. All right, so it's the dreams. It is the fear of dreams. So the chat with a 1800. Here we go. All right, so Charlie, let's see if you can get to that 1,000 mark, or you got so random for 100.
90s horror for 200.
Okay. Ross Jennings in the movie Arachnophobia collects this as a hobby. Ross Jennings in the movie Arachnophobia collects this as a hobby.
Ross Jennings, was that? Yeah. Hold on, wait. This was that Jeff Daniels' character?
That was Jeff Daniels, yeah.
Yeah, he collects. What did he collect? This was a good movie. How did I forget?
I know they were talking about remaking that, so I'm not sure. Funko Papa Hana.
He collects baseballs.
So do you remember? I mean, he was in the. There was a lot of scenes, right? There's a lot of scenes in that movie.
No, but he collects. He collects spiders.
Is that your final answer?
No, I was trying to remember what the heck it was.
All right. So I'll give you a clue, Charlie. Charlie, it's a beverage. Think of beverage.
Oh. He collects cans of Coke bottles.
Wine bottles. He collects wine bottles.
Oh, yeah. That's
right. All right. All right. So, Sassy, you can go ahead and pick one of the remaining categories. No, Dorbs is not a category, Sassy. Dorbs is not a category. But we will do maybe one of the categories eventually at some point too. We'll do like Funko Pops, like something along those lines. So 80s horror for 100. This film's violence sparked the Motion Picture Association of America to change its rating system. This film's violence sparked the Motion Picture Association of America to change its rating system. So we'll see if they can get the answer for that one, if they can pop out of the water and get a bite out of that. We shall see. But in the meantime, there's old Charlie.
With Lady J.
Power Rangers. Where are you at on that? Where are you at on that one, Charlie? I don't know where
the blood splatter.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we got the Evil Dead. Our Unicorn Zombie Princess. We will see if you come back, but put them to bed. Awesome. Let's see. So we got the Evil Dead. Jaws. You guys are going to be surprised at the answer. I guarantee you that. You might not. I mean, it is one of the things. Is I did know that they did talk about making it, more of an in-depth movie, possibly in a horror sense. But nobody really knows if you really consider this a horror movie or not. But so we have Gremlins. Gremlins was because of all the violence that was going on in the movie. It prompted them, just like Raiders of the Lost Ark. There was movies that created the MPA Motion Picture Association to categorize and change their rating system. All right, so Charlie, you can pick whatever last one you want.
So random for 100.
All right, so random. What was the monsters in the 1954 movie Them?
Giant ants.
And remember, we did talk about that earlier. So it's kind of funny how you talk about something that was actually that came up tonight. So we got giant ants. So yes, Charlie, giant ants. All right. So 90s horror. Now, Charlie, I'll give you an opportunity so you can round it up to get an even 1,000. If the chat doesn't get this, you'll be able to have a chance to steal for the price. Okay. So let's see. 90s horror. What is the nickname of the killer given by the police in the movie Silence of the Lambs? Yeah, they did get a, but it was brief. It was really, really brief. But they did have a lot of movies back then. Did have a lot of different things.
I know the.
I also remember, like in the '80s, like you had like Revenge of the Nerds. There's a lot of different movies out there that had a lot of different stuff that they showed. So let's see, the nickname of the killer given by the police in the movie Silence of the Lambs. All right, so let's see if they come through. And like I said, we appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you're watching on the rewind, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. Like I said, we hope you're having a great weekend. Those of you that have been here from the beginning, we absolutely appreciate it. I know Horror Collector Fiend, you were one of the first ones in the chat. Definitely appreciate that, my friend. So Wild Bill. All right.
Nope, I know it.
Buffalo Bill. Buffalo, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? All right. All right. So we lost Charlie. Charlie got upset. I guess he got upset, guys. Wait, he's coming back. All right, he's coming back.
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill. But actually, LJ the Geek did get it. I did get that out. But what I'm going to do, Charlie, is I'm going to give you it too, just because I know you know it. So give you that even 1,000, Charlie. But definitely, so the chat, once again, third week in a row. Hey, chat, awesome. No problem. You guys come together as a team. You're not always going to get it, though. You never know. Because like I said, if Roscoe Pops does help out with putting together one of these, I'll be more than happy. Charlie, we can put all our heads together. And, Charlie, we got this. You know what I'm saying? Next one, we'll come out blazing. We'll pull our, our Richard Wallace, and we'll just, we'll get out there, All right, so the chat definitely wins again. So that's awesome, chat. So what we're going to do, chat, because we are getting closer to the 2-hour mark. So we do have a quiz, but Wabasaurus Rex is not at home right now. And so what we'd like to do is next week put 2 quizzes together. And then we're going to take the winners and we're going to put everybody on the wheel and do a prize wheel next week. Okay, for that. We are going to have 8 o'clock is going to be our stream time on Fridays. And we just kind of go from there. I know we were talking about maybe doing it later, like
11 Eastern.
Yeah, I think we were also looking at possibly like on a Tuesday, little things. But I mean, right now we're kind of hanging with the Fridays. But definitely, we appreciate you guys being here. We do with this stream is we like to have fun by playing different types of games. Each week, this is one of the things the Jeopardy type game will do, because it gets you guys involved. It gets the chat involved, and you're not just, just watching what we do on the screen, because we can always do that backstage, right? So, we try to get you going. We try to talk about the world of horror. We got a lot of horror coming up, a lot of Halloween stuff coming up in the next months, and things, debates and topics and movie news, just giveaways, things like that we'll be doing. So absolutely 100% appreciate, each and every one of you guys. And I know not everybody can be in every stream all the time. But when you are here and you're supporting, it means a lot. So Charlie, for people to come and hang out with us, it means a lot, because because we all have an association with horror. We like horror, and not everybody does, just like not everybody likes anime, right? So not everybody's a Disney collector. Not everybody, is an ad icon collector. I mean, it's like, not everybody likes Marvel. Some people like DC. But other than that, guys, Wabasaurus Rex, he took it like a champ. He battled it out, but you guys just came out right from the get-go. And, it was a close game for a while. At one point, you had it within striking distance. So Robert, anything to close out? You got anything going on?
Well, I'll be up in upstate New York with Charlie. We're going on a 7-mile hike in the morning. So, we're traveling like 4 hours from here, and then going on a hike.
So you're going to travel that far to go on a hike?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be very interesting. 100%. See, if I was hiking, I'd rather just be like Geeky Mama Bear and just slide down. That's how I do it. I just slide down there. So he's got a hike.
Yep. I'm at my friend's house, and I wanted to. He has a really nice collection of stuff. Just showing. I want to show it. I asked him permission, and he said it was okay. Let me just switch the camera. Actually, how do I switch camera?
While he's doing that, here we go. And and like I said, guys, maybe occasionally we'll also have some people come on the stream and play some games with some people coming on. So if you guys are interested in coming on the stream, we can do that as well. You can message me. Let me go ahead and put this big.
Just doing a quick little.
All right.
I asked him permission. He has a lot of cool stuff. This is in his room.
So is that Poison Ivy? Do I see Poison Ivy right there?
Yeah. Here are the.
Okay. She-Hulk.
And of course, what you guys like.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we'll start the bidding at. Oh, wait, he's got a Tom Brady up there?
Is that?
Yeah, he's got a Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Then there's that Loki up at the top. At the top, very top. Yes. Right there, yeah, there's a Loki. All right, and a Ratfink. Bender, he's got a Bender. So he's got some Rice Krispies, Snack Apple, Pop, Starfire. Pretty cool.
American history.
The poster, the posters that are up on the top. Welsh Dragon, thank you so much, my friend. Stay safe over there as well. Keep pushing for those chases, Welsh Dragon. Keep pushing for the chases. Comics. Very, very cool. Guardians of the Galaxy. Beetle, he's got the Deadpool. All Might. So he likes a lot of different variety. Look at that. He's even got the Cookie Monster. What chase is that right there? Taz. Is that the Taz chase? All right, just grab that and run. Blossom too. There you go. Oh, he's got the Powerpuff Girls. Oh, and All Might signed. The Red She-Hulk. Yep. Tell him that Red She-Hulk's going to go up when they do the Marvel series. She's going to be on the Disney Plus, the She-Hulk.
Yeah.
All the She-Hulk property is going to go up. Is that Venom right there? You got a Venom?
The one that sticks out to you the most. You're like your prize is up there. These are the famous, I guess, his most prized ones.
The One Piece is the most.
Oh, they're signed. The One Piece.
Oh, okay.
These are members of the Funko community all watching. I told them you gave me permission.
Oh, you got the, it's got Pepe Le Pew. Oh, and then he's got Speedy Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Actually, I like this one here. Gossamer.
Oh, yeah.
Flock Gossamer.
Man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I love the setup. So.
Although I'm not seeing a lot of horror pops.
No horror as much, but
a little bit of Beetlejuice. Okay. So very, very cool. Oh, that's Spider-Man right there. And that She-Hulk, like I said, any She-Hulk property is going to be going up. So look at those
This is
posters real
my
quick.
favorite picture right here.
That Jessica Rabbit.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. What's up? What else is up top? What other posters are there? Okay, so we got White Widow. Looks like some Vampirilla. The Wonder Woman with the Harley Quinn. All right, so you got the She-Hulk. Let's see, Hellfire.
Cheetah. No, not Cheetah. That's Thundercats.
Yeah,
Cheetah.
dang. And there's a Black Cat. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So
Let me switch back
it
to.
definitely follows the females on the side of things, heroes and villains.
I don't think I hovered on this one as much.
No, okay, so you got the Wonder Woman, Mystique. You got an Amazing Spider-Man down there. Let's see here. So is that Poison Ivy right there? What's next to Poison Ivy? Interesting. It looks like off the top of my head, it's one of the Vampirilla crossovers. Oh, that's really cool right there. That's a Weapon X-23. Okay.
Interesting.
All right. Well, thank you, Roscoe Pops. Yeah, we're definitely getting ready to head out too. But I appreciate it. If you guys want to help us out next time, we'll definitely work on that. But guys, we appreciate you guys being here. We're gonna hit that 2-hour mark, so we're gonna get ready to hang out and leave. But Charlie, any last parting words?
Well,
what do you say?
Remember to tune in. Actually, I recommend if anyone hasn't watched Fear Street on Netflix, watch Fear Street. I'd love to do a topic on that one of these streams, but Fear Street is really good. 3 different movies. Please go watch that on Netflix. Be possibly a pop quiz on it soon.
All right. So in next week we will have 2 pop quizzes. So appreciate you guys 100%.
I don't think they see you. There you are.
I appreciate you guys 100% hanging out and being here. So like I said, Ghostface. Yes, we're gonna say goodbye, aren't we, Ghostface? We're gonna head it out because this has been Scream Stream, guys. Scream Stream.